charging. So we turn everything off.
We still have the Christmas lights on.
Water maker off. Air conditioner off. Off. Anchor lights off. Generator off. And off.
You just popped something because my front cooler turned off.
And then the inverter came back on.
Christmas is almost here in a few months, I think.
Caleb, what did you just put together?
Christmas.
That's our cute little tree.
Where's the star? No, that goes on last. Oh, it does? Walk the back. You just walk the side. No, it's supposed to be two. No, we put on the tinsel first. Tinsel, right? And then the candy Santa.
That's a garland.
We can call it tinsel if we want.
You want to do it from the top one?
Okay, now where's my snowflake? Oh, nice. I am hanging our stockings onto this pole by zipping it or loosening it. I messed that up. Shrinking it. Putting on the stockings. Thinking about wrapping it along this pole. We did that last year. Yeah, but the tree was over there.
We're in Marathon today. We're going to check out a place called Crain Point. What's it called?
Crain Point?
It's Crain Point.
I
Okay,
don't
it's
know.
not a state park or anything.
I think it's just got walking trails and
Somebody recommended it to us. So we're going to meet another family here with some kiddos and go check it out.
63 acres of hardwood hammock in the center of Marathon was preserved in 1989. It is the largest tropical hammock in the Middle Keys. It has a historic site, a bird sanctuary, and rehabilitation center with lots of outdoor hands-on activities for all. George Adderley, a Bahamian immigrant, and his family lived a simple life here, gathering and selling charcoal and sea sponges in the early 20th century. One of the best activities is the fish pedicure. We all sat down, put our feet in, and waited while the fish did their thing. The fish eating on your feet was really cool. It was quite refreshing feeling actually, but it's also been really refreshing and nice to have other kid boats that we get to hang out with. That's one of the best parts about living on a boat and finding other boat families is hanging out together and all of our kids play. How was the fish eating?
Smooth. My feet feel all smooth, but as soon as I move up to where it wasn't in the water, it feels all rough. Like they just...
Did you like it?
I didn't have to pay money for it.
We had to pay to get in.
Oh. Well, you get a pedicure included.
Feet feel very soft, I think. What do you think?
Hold on. Not as hard.
How did it feel?
Like just so we're poking you, like someone's poking you with a little stick, like a little.
Like this. It felt like this.
Yeah.
But
It would be funny when they'd get a good piece of dead skin, they'd grab it and they couldn't pull it off, so they'd wiggle. That was kind of funny.
How did you like the fish biting your toes?
Kind of tickled.
Kind of tickled?
Welcome to this week's edition of Talking from Our Aft.
Every week. So our question today, we are going to grab a question that we got from Instagram. Steve, he asked specifically to Chris, how do you get a good seal with goggles with your mustache? He kindly said mustache, but I think he meant like the bear going on here. Yeah.
I should have combed this out before we started.
So how do you get a good seal on your mustache?
First, you fluff your beard like this. This always helps if you go like this. I'm just kidding.
That does help.
It doesn't help at all.
It helps slow you down in the water.
Well, there's a couple of things. One, this goes whether you have a beard or not. And I guess I actually have a lot to say on this because for a job, I help run a snorkel boat and we take people scuba diving. So I literally deal with this every single day of the week. Different people on the boat have problems. Some do, some don't. Beards, no beards, all that. Every person's face is differently shaped. Amazingly enough, I don't know if you can tell, but I have a rather decent sized head. Jolene's just tiny. So she has to wear a kid's mask. So don't be ashamed. Nobody knows the kid's mask once you put it on. But if you have a narrow head, go with a kid's mask. If not, you can do the adult. The other thing is there are specific masks that are better for people with beards than not. Do a Google search, top 5 recommended snorkel or scuba masks for beards, and they'll come up with some. That's how I found mine originally. And I bought 2 or 3 different ones, and I just tried them. Unfortunately, I don't have one with me today. It's on the workboat. But we do have a link down below in our description of the mask that I specifically use. It's worked great for me. Jolene actually likes it. I think like Carter likes it too. So it just seems to be a good mask for us. It looks similar to this, and what I mean by similar to this is it's got what we call a panoramic. Some people call it a 3-lens, where you've got a lens on the side, lens on the front, and it wraps around the side. One thing I like about that is it gives me a better field of vision. What I don't like is this skirt that's black. I like them clear. So this is Chase's mask. This is our kid's mask that Jolene also can wear. And I like this skirt to be clear because it just gives you more light and you tend to see more movement out the sides. This is with just a single lens. And then they've also got them where they split them in the middle and it's 2 separate lenses. Whatever your preference is fine. Unfortunately, the best way to really find one that works for you is try a bunch of different masks. So we like the clear mask with the panoramic view, the clear skirt with the panoramic lenses.
And then let me throw in one other thing, because this is just pertaining to me and it may pertain to some other people too. When I'm snorkeling and if I have a mask on and I smile, my cheek changes and actually then water comes up through there. So I have to snorkel with no emotion.
Yeah.
I cannot smile underwater.
Yep. The other thing that people do when they put a mask on, it's funny, people will over tighten their mask and it smashes up against their face, gives you a dent in the forehead, and it actually will cause it to leak because you're squishing out the sides and it doesn't seal. So I usually say put it on, snug it a little bit, and then test it real quick. If it leaks, pull a little bit tighter. Most masks you just grab the strap and pull it backwards and it tightens it. Now specifically some tricks for mustaches. Let's say you've tried a bunch of masks and it still leaks. The easiest one is to just shave. You can shave the full thing, or you can just shave down a little bit. You can just give yourself, if you shave right below your nose, say an eighth of an inch to a quarter inch, and leave that line there, that's where this portion of the mask here actually seals, is right underneath your nose. So you don't have to shave everything off, just bring it down away from your nose and give it a strip of skin. Another trick, my beard is really long right now, so sometimes that leaks worse. You can just trim it down shorter, sometimes that'll be enough to do it. And lastly, the other trick we have is Vaseline. Several of the guys at work do this trick. We do it probably every other day on the boat for people. You take Vaseline. Now the trick with Vaseline is you don't smear it. You're not trying to push it into your beard. You actually take a glob of it about the size of the end of your finger, and you're going to leave it like a booger right below your nose. You want to put it from here to here, right below your nose, right where that skin would be if you'd shaved it down a little bit. But you just you want to leave a clump there, because then when you go to take your mask and you shove it on your face, it's going to squish it out to where it needs to be. If you rub it into your beard and try and cover your whole beard, you just have one with your face covered in Vaseline and a leaky mask. And that's frustrating as all get up. So those are some different tricks to get a mask to seal with a beard. Some thought beforehand. Think about what I'm doing the next day and doing the little shave trick. That's probably the best. My preference is just to take a little bit of time, find the mask that works for me, and it's worked great. So again, that link is below. And another option, again, I'd love for you guys to go to the link and buy the one that we recommend, because that's one of our affiliate links. You don't get charged any extra, but we make a little bit of money off of that if you buy one of our recommendations. But the other option is go to an actual dive shop. Go to Divers Direct, go to one of the dive shops in your area. I don't know if Divers Direct is everywhere. They're the big one here in the Florida Keys. Normally those guys will have a selection because they understand what it takes to fit, and if they're a diver, they'll help you fit one to your face.
That's what we all did.
Yeah, and that's what we did the first time. If you just go buy them off of the Walmart shelf, you're going to get the most generic, basic, run-of-the-mill. And those work fine for some people, but not for everyone. If you are going to live this lifestyle where you're on a boat all the time, I recommend going and getting a good mask. The prices have come down. It used to be hundreds of dollars for a really good one. Now my mask with a snorkel is like $50-$60.
Show them what a snorkel is.
This is a snorkel. It's a tube that you...
So I like the snorkels, by the way, that have this air thing on the top. So if for some reason I'm snorkeling and I look down or wrong or something and this gets in the water, I don't just inhale water. There's some kinds that just inhale the water, so I like that kind.
Again, that's a preference. Some people love them, some people hate them, because if you hold your head just wrong, they'll close on you and you're trying to breathe. The other thing these have is a valve at the bottom, and it's, again, people love them or hate them. If you get water in your mouth and you blow, this allows it to exit. However, if that little tiny flap in there sometimes gets stuck, and it'll just leave the valve open. Then every time you take a breath, you're getting a mouthful. And if you're not familiar with them and don't know how to pay attention and fix them, I've just seen a lot of issues. A well-fitted mask with just a basic snorkel should be fine. Again, shop around, try different things. We found out that we like this because you tried it.
I tried it. Yeah. I liked it.
So that's our advice. I hope that helps.
Yeah.
That's us. We're just talking from our aft.
Yep. Next week, we're going to answer how we keep busy and what we do when we get off the boat. So that'll be next week, talking from our aft. Thanks so much for watching.
And remember, enjoy the journey.